Let's talk about a previous project that we've done, and let's show you how we have successfully helped a previous client increase their social presence. Today, let's take a look at a video we did for ALLEGRO Marinade. We started this project around this time last year after about a month or so of starting the company. ALLEGRO was awesome to work with, and they were very patient with us, having just started the business. We had some creative ideas for this, but given we were such a young company, we certainly didn't have the studio and the equipment that we have now. And this project allowed us to get really creative and make the best use of what we had available. And that's the theme for this video, is to get creative with the tools that you have available. You don't need a professional studio and expensive equipment to create good content. An iPhone and a dose of creativity can go a really long way. Before we get started, I want to point out that we are really appreciative of ALLEGRO for allowing us to get creative with this branding video. I had some cool ideas, and they were really patient enough to let us experiment on those ideas. I knew I wanted to try and start the video with this cool spice explosion, so I had gotten the inspiration for that after watching a few videos from Steve Geralt, a visual engineer who did something really similar with colored powder in the shape of the United States. I love his work, and I wanted to do something similar, but by using some of the spices you would find in a bottle of ALLEGRO rather than the colored powder. So I spent about 6 hours printing off the logo letters, cutting those out, setting it up in an empty bedroom, and perfectly laying out the ALLEGRO name and spices. Now, Steve has high-end professional cameras that shoot extremely high frame rates in 4K. He is a stylist and artist who helped him perfectly set this up in a professional studio. I had myself, my old bedroom, and my sweet mother helping me hold the whiteboard steady, and that was about it. I was limited to be able to shoot at 120 frames per second at 1080, so I couldn't get it quite as slow as he was, but that's all my camera could do at the time. We still accomplished it with what we had, and after some creative editing, I still think it's pretty cool. As you can see, the spices kind of explode to start the video, and that's kind of how I wanted to start it. And after that, I decided to try a few other cool ideas. I wanted to try this cool new probe lens I've been seeing everywhere, so I was able to rent that rather than buying it for one project and keep my costs down. This lens is really cool for extremely close-up shots. However, you have to have some kind of stabilization in order to get a clean shot with this lens. For Steve Geralt, that means using one of his robots. A more common way is to use a slider. At this time, I didn't have either, especially not the robots, but I didn't even have a slider, so we had to get creative. Thankfully, my nephew had just outgrown his rollerblades, and we had some scrap materials laying around. I was able to make my own slider that gave us smooth shots for this purpose. We were able to get some cool close-up shots of all the ALLEGRO bottles and sauces. I also wanted to get a spinning shot of the original marinade, but I don't have a Lazy Susan or a professional turntable, definitely nothing expensive like that at the time. But what I did have was a record player, a dumbbell weight, and a little bit of creativity. So we were able to use that to make a spinning shot of the original bottle that kind of spun into the next scene of all the bottles. So after that, we really wanted to focus on working towards their theme of make life taste better. So we wanted to expand that by showing the versatility of all their products by using several of the products in different ways for different kinds of foods, cooked different ways. For that reason, we used the theme of whatever you cook, however you cook it, make life taste better. And I hope this video helps you see that being creative is much more important than having expensive equipment to create content. If you want to learn more about content marketing in our business, check out our content on crovemedia.com.